Teo was about, I just explained this to you, a foot shorter than me, but really stocky. I tried to play the cool card. Whoa, dude, you've got to relax, man. I'm just doing my birthday thing. I could barely understand him with his heightened third world accent booming in anger. Teo obviously didn't understand how to celebrate birthdays, and I don't think that he even celebrated them in his part of the third world country that he lived in. I don't know, whatever. Well, you never ever do that shit again, man. Before he could fully walk away, I had to get the last few words in. Dude, calm down. There's nothing to be so mad about. This is America, baby! He walked away. About 3 days of me working at the Outback, the vice president, Ron, had scheduled a surprise visit to our store. If you know anything about the food industry, this puts everyone into this crazy fit of cleaning. Everyone walks around with permanent sticks up their asses, and the restaurant turns into outright pandemonium. It's worse than 5 Black Fridays combined.
Hey, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Don't shake the phone.
I'm gonna shake you out the window.
Do it!
Anyway, it's like 5 Black Fridays combined on Raul's chest so that he shuts up. Rule. Since I was new, I was just doing what I could, helping people and taking the occasional 10-minute shits in the bathroom. I never understood... Yeah, there's some other things I was doing there, but we'll just call them shits. I never understood the mentality of the corporate world. You're a person, I'm a person. You've got a beating heart, I've got a beating heart, and you're most likely had to wade through your fair share of shit in your life, and even though I'm not there yet, wouldn't you want to help me instead of treat me like a scumbag? That's just my mentality, though.
No.
The night of the visit with Ron came, and I had been scheduled to work dinner that night, and I had a 3-table section. It was a decent section, pretty close to the beverage station and kitchen. As everyone was sucking Ron off, I could have cared less. They were all going to sleep with salty tastes in the back of their mouths. And some, you know what? Some of them wouldn't even get to cuddle with anyone. When Ron's balls had been drained, he still wasn't happy. Maybe because I hadn't given him the corporate mentality that everybody else had given into. Whatever. He hovered over my section. I could tell by the way he was analyzing me that he didn't care that I had only been working there a few days. All he cared about was the almighty dollar sign. Oh yeah, and his $320,000 Porsche outside. As Ron had his elbows over the pillar that separated the first booth in my section from the rest of the restaurant, he watched and he listened. He thought I was stupid. I just didn't care. Therefore, he was the stupid one. I walked up to a family that was sitting in a booth in my section. There was a mother, a father, and 2 children, a boy and a girl. Now, Outback corporate policy is that you have to suggestively sell a drink, an appetizer, and an entree when you greet a table. Fuck that noise. Now, the reason why, I don't just say this because I got an attitude. I say this because when I got within 10 feet of this table, I noticed that the family was just looking at their menu. Their heads were literally like buried in their menu. Now, I don't care if there was a family of 4 Jesus Christs there, or Jesus Christ and the apostles sitting around. I don't care. I'm not going to jeopardize my tip because I'm too overzealous. No, it doesn't work that way. Waiting does not work that way. As I got up to the table, I still felt Ron staring at me. He just cut right into my brain. And not to mention his flaccid old shriveled penis stuck to the side of his leg. Whatever. How we doing, guys? My name is Jason. Welcome to Outback Steakhouse. I greeted him. How about we start off with some drinks? Now, I noticed these people, I analyzed them, and they still didn't even look up from their menus, so I'm not going to sit here and lecture them. This was my cue not to fuck around. I'm not going to fuck around with them. So, the father figure of the table broke the silence. I'll take a Sprite, my wife as well, and the kids will take milks. Thanks. Took the order, and I told them, I'll be right back with the drinks, and I gave them a couple minutes, and I told them to take their time. I go in the back and filling up a cup of Sprite. The almighty Ron comes strutting in, and with his most disgusted, I hate your fucking guts tone I've ever seen in my life, he goes, why didn't you suggestively sell anything to them? I didn't even look up from pouring my drinks and replied, well, they were still looking at the menus. I wasn't going to bother them with that stuff.
Don't tell me what to do.
I wish Ron was here so that he could take his old shriveled penis and hit you in the face with it.
Yeah.
Bro, shut up, seriously.
You drunken whore.
So... I'm just trying to, like, compensate the hate for you, Raul, right now.
I love you, Jay.
I don't love you right now.
Feelings not mutual.
Can't we all just get along?
Can't we all just get along, boys? Alright, I wasn't gonna bother him with that stuff, that's what I said to him. Now, this must have really pissed Ron off. That same over-ripened red apple face that Teo had must have been some sort of Outback disease that you get, because that's what Ron's face looked like at that moment. I'm pretty sure I almost got Ron to start twitching a little bit. You need to suggestively sell no matter what. Ron wanted me to just end the conversation because everyone else does that. Because he's used to having people just cave right into his bullshit. He had no clue whom he was talking to. I've been in the food industry for a while, and I know how to judge people. These people do not want to be suggestively sold to, I told him. As I walked away from him, now right there, he wanted to be the one to walk away from me, but I walked away from him. I burnt him. And it felt damn good, man. That shriveled penis must have just dropped right down his pant leg. And you know what? I'm pretty sure as I walked away, first off, I caught a little glimpse out of the corner of my eye of his face, and it was priceless. I think it will be burnt. The image will be burnt into my head because a corporate scumbag was just like, just awesome. But another thing that I think that I caught was that there was something that just slid from his butt cheek just down his leg and just dropped out of his pants. I'm pretty sure it was a turd. Anyway, Ron went right to my manager after this, and he told my manager, actually he was the proprietor if you want to get like completely physical, and he told the proprietor to fire me on the spot, but the proprietor, for some reason, he liked me, and he was like, no, you know what, he's kind of brash, but there's something I like about him. And he didn't fire me, but he brought me into the office, and he was like, look, the president, or the vice president of the company wants me to fire you, but I kind of do, but I don't. And I was like, yeah, it's kind of cool, but not. And he's like, look, you gotta calm down. He's like, yeah, that asshole probably doesn't remember even talking to me today, but anyway, he's like, I don't care if you want to have a drink when you go home and say, fuck this place. And I'm like, yeah, I definitely will when I get home, but I'm not home. So, and he basically talked to me like kind of like a human being. And I thought that was really cool. But that was behind closed doors. When he got out of that closed door environment, you're a scumbag. I didn't like that. That's why I don't ever think that I'm gonna be into the food industry ever again. I don't ever think. But yeah, that's basically an excerpt from my novel. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, once again, I'd like to thank everybody that performed. Thank you so much. We're gonna do this. We're gonna say the second Saturday of every month, but next second Saturday in June, I think it's June 11th, is gonna be I think Timmy Grins is gonna be having his album.